What will you do if you suddenly got $3 million? Well, the first thing our protagonist does is cuss out his boss, "Shut the up!" and beat the crap out of the friend who's been sleeping with his girlfriend. Wesley Gibson lives an unremarkable and frustratingly dull life. He works a dead-end desk job as an account manager in a soulless office tower for little money. On top of that, he has to endure constant bullying from his boss, Janice.
Attitude. 4. Performance. 4.
Every time she goes off on him, he has to pop anxiety pills just to steady himself, convinced he might have some kind of heart condition. And that's not even the worst of it. His so-called friend at work, Barry, is secretly hooking up with Wesley's girlfriend, Kathy. He is so shameless that at the convenience store, Barry even makes Wesley pay for the condoms he and Kathy use.
Watermelon. Chicks dig it.
While Wesley, as always, just swallows his anger and quietly grabs another bottle of anxiety meds. Staring at the pathetic balance in his bank account, Wesley assumes this is all his life will ever be, a forgettable nobody destined for nothing. But the gears of fate have already started turning. After dragging himself through another soul-crushing workday, Wesley stops by the pharmacy to refill his anxiety meds. That's when he notices a strange man watching him from a distance. As he waits in line, a striking woman approaches him. She tells Wesley she knew his father. Not just knew him, his father was one of the greatest assassins the world has ever seen.
Your father died yesterday on the rooftop of the Metropolitan Building.
Before Wesley can process any of it, she suddenly lunges forward and shoves him to the ground. Gunfire erupts inside the pharmacy when the woman pulls out twin pistols and engages in a brutal shootout with a gunman hiding among the shelves. Wesley scrambles to his feet and flees. The gunman hijacks a truck. In the middle of the road, headlights blind him. The truck barrels toward him at full speed. The woman saves him in time. Behind them, the assassin follows in pursuit, firing relentlessly. The woman blasts out the windshield, shoves the steering wheel into Wesley's hands, climbs out the window. When she spots a wall of police cars blocking the road ahead, she instantly takes the wheel again, successfully lands on top of a moving bus. Wesley blacks out from the sheer overload. The assassin has already vanished. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself lying in a massive, dilapidated textile mill. Several imposing figures stand nearby, each looking like they've killed a dozen men before breakfast. Wesley tries to leave, but the woman last night blocks his way. There's no going back. From the shadows, a calm but commanding voice echoes through the space.
I thought he'd be taller.
It's Sloan, the man in charge. Sloan hands Wesley a pistol and points to a trash bin buzzing with flies.
Shoot the wings off the fly.
Before Wesley can even ask what the hell is going on, Sloan's men raise their weapons. There's no room for refusal.
Either you shoot or I do.
Either Wesley picks up the gun or he gets shot. His heart races faster and faster until the world begins to slow down. Each twitch of their wings suspended like frames of film. To everyone's astonishment, including his own, he did it. Sloan tells Wesley that what he's suffering from isn't a heart condition. It's something far more extraordinary. Under extreme stress, Wesley's heart beats over 400 times per minute, flooding his bloodstream with adrenaline. This gives him heightened reflexes and sharpened perception far beyond normal human capability.
Only a few people in the world can do that. Your father could do it, and you can do it.
Wesley stares at him in disbelief. Trembling, he points the gun at Sloan, demanding to leave. But Sloan remains calm and composed.
Sanity is wasting your life as a nothing when you have the blood of a killer flowing in your veins.
He explains further. They are part of a secret assassin society known as the Fraternity, founded over 1,000 years ago. The woman who saved him is named Fox, and everyone else present is also a top-tier killer. The gun in Wesley's hand once belonged to his father, one of the fraternity's most elite assassins, known as Mr. X.
And you're going to use it to kill the man who shot him down in cold blood.
Sloan then tells Wesley the truth about his father's death. A few days earlier, X was on a mission when a traitor inside the organization surfaced, taking out several elite assassins. To uncover the truth, Mr. X pays a visit to an arms dealer at a downtown office building. He presents a sleek, custom-forged bullet and demands to know its origin. The dealer examines it closely.
It's clean, meaning it's untraceable.
Before the arms dealer can finish her sentence, a bullet rips through her head from afar. X doesn't panic. He calculates every angle in seconds, backs up for momentum, and sprints full speed toward the glass. Still midair, Mr. X snaps off a shot and kills the sniper. Within minutes, he's taken out the entire sniper team. Suddenly, one of the dead sniper's phones rings. On the other end is the mastermind, Cross, the very traitor X was hunting. But it's too late.
They were just the decoys. Goodbye, Mr. X.
The moment he notices the marker on the ground beneath him, a bullet tears through his skull. The man who attacked them at the pharmacy and chased them across the city is that same killer, Cross. And on top of that, Sloan has already transferred all of his father's earnings into Wesley's bank account. Now, the fraternity wants Wesley to join them and avenge his father's death.
It is your long-awaited destiny to join us.
Wesley is completely overwhelmed. The information is too much. Without another word, still clutching the gun, he backs away and flees the mill. The next morning, Wesley wakes up in his apartment, hoping everything was just a dream. But when he reaches into his pocket, a pistol falls out. It's all real. He immediately checks his bank account. The balance shows $3.6 million. Shaken, he opens the news and finds an article reporting his father's murder. Everything Sloan told him turns out to be true. Just then, his boss walks by and starts belittling him again, as usual.
Works well with others? That's a fucking joke. What is this? What is this prick?
But this time, Wesley doesn't cower.
Shut the fuck up!
The entire office freezes in stunned silence, even his boss. Years of pent-up frustration burst out of Wesley in one primal roar.
She has one single iota of tenuous power. She thinks she can push everyone around?
Everyone stares. His co-worker and so-called best friend Barry walks over, arms wide, trying to act supportive. Wesley doesn't hesitate, storming out of the office. But then, he sees something shocking on a public screen. His face, side by side with Fox's labeled as wanted fugitives. Right at that moment, a car pulls up in front of him. It's Fox. This time, Wesley doesn't hesitate. He gets in. Fox brings Wesley to an old textile mill, where he once again comes face to face with Sloan.
Do you make sweaters or do you kill people?
The place confuses him. Why would a group of elite assassins be headquartered inside a factory filled with weaving machines? Sloan offers no explanation, just calmly hands Wesley over to Fox. From now on, she's in charge of transforming him into a killer. The man straps Wesley to a chair. The training begins with a punch, quite literally. The first instructor, known as the Repairman, greets Wesley by knocking him unconscious with a brutal blow to the face. The first rule of becoming an assassin: learn to take a hit. When Wesley regains consciousness, he finds himself in a new room, facing a man called the Butcher. This time, the lesson is about knives. The Butcher places a knife in Wesley's trembling hands and tells him to stab him. Wesley recoils, panics. The Butcher mocks him.
I'm not a person. You're a person.
Pushed to the edge, Wesley finally lunges forward. Wesley faints again. When he wakes up, he's immersed in a milky white liquid inside a bathtub. Beside him sits a wiry young man with sharp eyes, the Exterminator.
This bath stimulates white blood cells and speed up the process.
A regenerative compound that heals even the deepest wounds within hours. From that moment on, Wesley is caught in a brutal loop. Get beaten to the brink of death by instructors, soak in the tub, and go back out for more. When it's finally time to learn firearms, Wesley walks into a room filled with human-shaped silhouettes. Or so he thinks. He quickly realizes they're not mannequins. They're real people. He can't bring himself to do it.
Hey, we can't shoot a dead woman. She might be somebody's mom.
Fox steps in, placing the corpse of a pig in front of the target.
You want me to shoot through Wilbur?
I want you to curve the bullet.
As a college-educated man, Wesley finds this absurd. Bullets don't bend. It defies physics. But Sloan interrupts his protests with a simple question.
It's not a question of how. It's a question of what. Let your instincts guide you.
He raises his gun and fires. The bullet bends around the pig and hits the bullseye dead center. While Sloan preaches philosophy, Fox runs him ragged. She forces him onto a speeding train, nearly sending him tumbling off the edge. As they pass under a bridge, Fox ducks just in time, but Wesley freezes in terror.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
And fails yet again. Back into the healing tub he goes. Meanwhile, Cross keeps slaughtering more members of the fraternity. Sloan insists Wesley is the only one who can stop him. The final stage of training requires Wesley to snatch a shuttle from the middle of a high-speed loom. One wrong move can shear off fingers. He fails again and again.
This is bullshit! Fuck this!
His progress is excruciatingly slow. His confidence begins to unravel. The only person who speaks to him without cruelty is the Exterminator. He has a peculiar hobby: raising rats and strapping explosives to them. Miniature moving bombs. He vents his frustration to the Exterminator, mocking the Fraternity, calling them insane.
You know, you can say this place is bullshit. Bullshit.
What he doesn't know is that Fox is standing nearby, hearing every word. She storms in, furious. Without warning, she beats him down.
You're wasting my fucking time. Why are you here?
She pushes him until he snaps and shouts the truth.
I said I don't know who I am.
It's this moment of clarity that leads Sloan to take him to a special room, his father's room. Everything inside belonged to the man Wesley never knew but always longed for. Wesley asks about his father's death, and Solon tells him that Cross betrayed the organization, so he had to kill the man who could outshoot him.
Find a connection in this room, Wesley. Maybe the only way of finding out who you are.
He realizes he's finally found his purpose in life, to follow in his father's footsteps. The change is immediate. He stops resisting and starts adapting. His skills sharpen. His reaction time improves. During off hours, he studies every file he can find on Cross, the man who killed his father. Codename, Cross. A man whose kill record is flawless, except for one failure. One target he missed. Wesley. Now, driven by purpose, Wesley crushes each instructor who once dominated him. He defeats the Repairman, the Butcher, and can now snatch the shuttle from a high-speed loom with ease. He sprints across the top of a moving train like it's nothing. Only one test remains, curving the bullet. No matter how hard he tries, he can't master it. So Fox raises the stakes. She steps in front of the target, placing herself directly in the bullet's path. If he fails this shot, she dies. There's no second try. He lets go of everything he knows. He's done it.
Welcome to the Fraternity.
Sloan leads Wesley into a dimly lit chamber deep within the textile mill, where an enormous, ancient weaving machine churns rhythmically in the shadows. This, he explains, is the loom of fate. According to legend, over 1,000 years ago, weavers discovered that imperfections in the threads, miswoven strands in the fabric, encoded secret names. When deciphered, these names pointed to individuals destined to bring chaos and destruction. The Fraternity was formed to eliminate them before their evil could take root.
They are orders that must be executed, entrusted to us so that we might forge stability out of chaos.
Sloan interprets the loom's coded messages, and the assassins carry out the executions. It's not their place to understand, only to obey. Cross, the rogue killer who murdered Wesley's father, was once their finest assassin. He turned against them only after his own name appeared in the loom. Sloan hands Wesley his first assignment, a name. But when Wesley stands on the train and prepares to pull the trigger, hesitation grips him. How can he be sure this person is truly evil? What if the loom is wrong? What if this is just murder?
Killing someone we know nothing about. I don't know if I can do that.
Fox tells him a story. A girl's father, a judge. One night, criminals broke into their home. They tortured him, burned him alive in front of his daughter, and branded the girl before leaving her for dead. And the man who did it should have been eliminated long ago. That man had been named by the loom, but a previous assassin, someone like Wesley, had hesitated.
We don't know how far the ripples of our decisions go. Kill one, and maybe save 1,000.
As Fox turns away, Wesley notices the burn mark on her neck. The girl in the story was Fox herself. Faced with this truth, Wesley steadies his hand and finishes the job. The next mission goes more smoothly, at least at first. Wesley's target is a wealthy arms dealer. He plans a clean hit through the man's car window, only to discover it's bulletproof. The man inside smirks and taunts him behind the glass, but Wesley has learned to improvise. With a sudden burst of speed, he swerves and launches his car into the air. While airborne, he fires downward through the sunroof, target eliminated. Wesley and Fox return to his old apartment to retrieve his father's pistol. He opens the door to find Barry. Kathy, still as cruel and dismissive as ever, mocks Wesley even as he searches for his gun.
You are less than nothing. You're not even half the man that Barry is.
From the hallway, Fox, fed up with the humiliation, strolls in and kisses Wesley passionately in front of both of them.
He's the man.
As Fox heads to get the car, Wesley waits outside and spots Cross in the distance. The chase begins. Wesley takes off after him, gun drawn through streets and alleys until they burst into an industrial building. A sudden sound from behind. He fires, but it's not Cross. It's the Exterminator. But Cross follows immediately with a bullet of his own, hitting Wesley in the shoulder. By the time he regains consciousness, the Exterminator is bleeding out on the floor, dying despite their best efforts to save him. His death hits Wesley hard. He was one of the few allies he had. But there's a clue. The bullet in Wesley's arm is traceable. Analyzed, it leads them to a monastery, a sacred place, and the birthplace of the fraternity itself. It's a clear message.
He's taunting me. He's sending me a message.
Cross isn't hiding. He's taunting them. Fox warns that it's likely a trap.
He's trapping you.
Leading you to a place he knows very well.
But Wesley is beyond caution now. His father is dead. His friend is dead. He wants revenge.
Is this what you trained me for?
Sloan reluctantly authorizes the mission. But the moment Wesley leaves the room, Sloan makes another move. He pulls out a new strip of cloth from the loom. A new name, Wesley's.
Your next assignment.
After Cross is dead, she is to end Wesley too. The clue leads him to a secluded monastery in the mountains where he finds an old man named Pekwarsky. At the first sight of Wesley, Pekwarsky bolts. Wesley gives chase through narrow corridors. But the old man is clever. He leads Wesley straight into a trap.
Lower your gun.
Before Pekwarsky can pull the trigger, Fox arrives just in time. Wesley demands to know who uses the bullet.
I don't give a shit. Tell me where he is.
Realizing resistance is futile, Pekwarsky quickly surrenders and agrees to arrange a meeting with Cross. He leads them to a quiet, remote train station. But the moment their guard drops, he dashes away. But they spot movement. Cross is already aboard a passing train. Wesley reacts faster and leaps onto the rail car while Fox scrambles to catch up in a stolen car. Inside the train, Wesley and Cross collide in a violent confrontation. Fists and bullets fly. Fox barrels through the terrain and miraculously crashes her car into one of the train cars, joining Wesley mid-fight. Fox's exposed vehicle is instantly smashed by the surrounding walls. As it emerges from the tunnel, the front cars begin to derail, and the back of the train where Wesley is teeters off the edge of a cliff. Just as he's about to fall, Cross grabs his arm and pulls him to safety. But Wesley doesn't hesitate. He fires at Cross. With his final breaths, he reveals the truth. Sloan lied.
You're my son.
Wesley is stunned. He turns to Fox, searching her eyes for denial.
Is it true?
Yes,
Why did you make me do this?
because you are the only person he wouldn't kill.
Sloan orchestrated everything. He recruited Wesley because he was the only person Cross would never shoot. And now, Cross is dead, killed by his own son. Fox tells Wesley his name has come up in the loom as well. Then, without warning, she raises her gun. Thinking fast, Wesley fires first, plunging into the river far below. Wesley regains consciousness and finds himself in a quiet, unfamiliar room. The one who saved him is none other than the old man from the monastery, Pekwarsky. He leads Wesley to the window. The apartment is directly across the train tracks from Wesley's own rundown flat. Wesley looks around. The shelves are lined with dozens of photographs, framed and hanging. All is about him. His father had been here the entire time, quietly watching over him.
And I killed him.
To your father, protecting you was worth giving up his life.
But still confused and bitter, Wesley doesn't understand. Pekwarsky gives him the truth. Cross was never there to kill Wesley. He was trying to protect him. From Sloan. From the fraternity.
Your father never wanted you in the fraternity, Wesley. He wanted a different path for you.
Meanwhile, Cross went rogue because he discovered that Sloan had betrayed the very code they swore to uphold. Sloan's name had appeared in the loom. Instead of accepting death, he chose power. When Cross uncovered the scheme, Sloan turned on him, labeling him a traitor and sending assassins to kill him. But Sloan knew Cross would never harm his son, so he manipulated Wesley, used him as the perfect weapon, a son trained to kill a father. Pekwarsky hands Wesley an air ticket, urges Wesley to let it go.
You can have a different life, Wesley. Like your father wanted for you.
His father had wanted him to live free of this world, to escape the cycle of violence. But Wesley has already made his choice. He will finish what Cross started. He opens the door to a hidden chamber, Cross's private war room. Inside, Wesley finds it all. Shelves lined with explosives, carefully modified watches transformed into timed detonators, and detailed blueprints of the fraternity's compound. Cross had been planning this for years. As Wesley studies the schematic for the rat bomb design, a plan starts forming in his mind. He buys a huge amount of peanut butter, heads to the junkyard, and draws in a swarm of rats. He drives a garbage truck straight into the front gate of the textile mill, ramming it open. From the back of the truck, he releases countless rats, each strapped with a wristwatch bomb. The rats quickly scatter across every corner of the mill. When the countdown hits 0, the entire place erupts in explosions. Amidst the chaos, Wesley storms inside and begins a massacre. Wesley pushes forward until he reaches the slaughterhouse, where he comes face to face with his former instructor, the Butcher. But this time, Wesley has the upper hand. He takes the Butcher down. Wesley then enters the library where Fox, Gunsmith, and the remaining assassins surround him. He's outnumbered and trapped. There's no way out. Sloan steps out, confident in their advantage. Wesley seizes the moment and pulls out a keepsake from his father.
This is a kill order. It's got Sloan's name on it.
His father was never a traitor. It was Sloan who broke the code. Cross discovered Sloan's name on the list, realized Sloan was forging targets for personal gain, and tried to stop him. That's why Sloan turned on him and manipulated Wesley into doing the killing for him.
He wanted you dead, and he couldn't take it. So he started manufacturing his own targets for his own gains.
When Wesley raises his gun to fire, Fox knocks it out of his hand. But it's clear, the things Wesley just said have shaken everyone in the room. To everyone's surprise, Sloan doesn't deny a thing. Instead, he pulls out a long list of names, the current roster of the fraternity. It turns out that every person in the room has appeared on the loom's list. If they had followed its code to the letter, each of them would have been executed long ago.
I saved your life. Now look where we are. We are stronger than ever.
Sloan argues that if they truly believe in the loom's authority, they should kill themselves right now. But instead, he urges them to reject the old ways, kill Wesley, and continue building their power.
Shoot this motherfucker, and let us take our fraternity of assassins to heights reserved only for the gods of men.
His words begin to sway the room. Some of the assassins start to waver, but Fox doesn't. She refuses to betray the code. Without hesitation, she curves a single bullet around the room, including herself. Just before she collapses, she tosses her gun to Wesley. Wesley picks it up and takes off after Sloan, but Sloan is already gone. With no clear next step, Wesley finds himself adrift. When he checks his bank account, the fortune that had once transformed his life is gone, wiped out by Sloan. Broke and directionless, Wesley returns to the office cubicle he once called a prison. That's when Sloan finally shows himself, sneaking into the office, gun in hand. But what he finds isn't Wesley, it's a decoy. The bullet flies across the distance, through the office window, and right into Sloan's head.
This is me taking back control of my life.
What the fuck have you done lately?